Hello everybody, it is me. Just thinking about stuff, always thinking about stuff, never ending stuff rolling around in my mind. But, this could be for absolutely nobody, so whatever. Or it could be for one, again, always thinking about that one, being mindful of that one. And maybe there's somebody that this could help. So I was thinking this morning about how we are so inundated in this life, in the world, and in the church world. Why they're separate, they are. And pardon the sound that just kicked in. It's the AC unit, I think. It's below me. I'm standing on my tiny little lovely deck. And so that just decided to kick in. Lovely. Anyway, so we're inundated with this whole concept about being a big thinker, about how we need to think big and we need to have big dreams. And there's just book after book. Every other book is about how to think big in life. If you think big, you'll have a big life. Spiritually speaking, think big, because that's where God is at. He's on a level of the big thinkers, and if you think big, you'll dream big, and if you dream big, God will talk to you. You'll hear from God because He's a big God. So we've got to be big thinkers and big dreamers, and I'm not saying that's wrong at all. I don't make light of it. You might be reading a How to Think Big in 5 Easy Steps book, whatever, and that's great. But I got to thinking this morning, it was just rolling around in my heart that, you know what? Sometimes you need to think small. Sometimes you need to think small in order to hear or in order to see God. Because God shines His brightest sometimes in the small things. And I'm reminded of Jesus. Didn't Jesus instruct His disciples? He was trying to get them to observe the lilies of the field, right? Remember that? Jesus was telling them, hey guys, look, stop, just like hone it in and look at this. This was a flower, and this flower is amazing. And if you look and really study this little thing, you'll learn something about me. You'll learn something about life. And so many times we're so busy looking and searching and trying to be these great, huge, big thinkers that everyone's telling us we need to be. And yet God is found in some of the most simple and wonderful things, like a flower, like a sunset, just so many little things that we might want to stop and consider more often. We might want to stop and think about. Bible talk, we might want to pay more earnest heed to some of the little things in life, because it's the little things that we see the most intricate details that show off God's amazing abilities. Yeah, I was having such a hard time. There are things that I still struggle to do physically. Having been diagnosed bipolar 1, anxiety disorder, and on and on and on, and so much to go into that. But these last few years have really taken a toll on me physically. It's not the last few years, it's been coming on. But I didn't know what it was, and I was trying to deal with it all on my own. And I was going to doctors after doctors and getting the wrong results, the wrong reports, the wrong opinions, therefore the wrong medicine, and which completely just caused my life to just take a huge downward spiral. But it's so much to get into, and it's extremely hard to talk about. But I struggle with some things physically, simple things like holding things. Sometimes my hands shake tremendously and I'm not able to hold a glass properly, or to lift certain things. I have to concentrate really hard not to drop things. And this morning, when I wear contacts, to put in contacts, sometimes it's an absolute booger to try to put in a contact when your hand is shaking, and it's just so incredibly frustrating. I mean, it just makes you wanna and just say things that you probably shouldn't say. So I ask the Lord to help me all the time. It's the littlest thing. It's so simple. I mean, I am aware there's war going on. There's like all this stuff happening. There's coronaviruses and all these things in the world. I understand that. But in my little part of the world, in my little life, in this little speck that I inhabit in life, I ask Him to help me, and I do that. And I was thinking this morning, I got them in, and I was just so grateful I got the contacts in, and it didn't take 15 minutes. I said, thank you, Jesus. I'm so thankful. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for always helping me. Thank you for caring about this most little thing, which I know seems so insignificant, but if it's big to me, then it's big to you. And I just stopped and began thinking about this concept that, there's a lot to be said about the little things in life. There's a lot to be said about the little things that occupy our everyday lives, in which can just sometimes just irritate the boogers out of you. That's twice I've said the word boogers. So bad. Unless you're an 8-year-old boy, then so cool, right? But yeah, there's these little things that we can ask Him to help us, and He'll help you, whatever it is. And maybe you're in a place and you think, you know what, asking me to dream big, asking me to dream for that mansion, or that this or that, or all these things that seem so lofty. You know what, whatever, just leave it there. Just let it hang there in your space, so to speak, and just start thinking about what's right in front of you now. And maybe it's just, man, Lord, help me get these kids to bed, because one of us is going to end up strangling each other unless somebody gets some sleep in this house, and He'll help you. Now, I so don't mean that literally, so if you can't get a joke by now, then just, I don't know, go away, because whatever, it's a joke. Okay, don't go away, but you know what I mean. All right, we're going back to what we're talking about. So little, yes. Little's okay. Sometimes it's the small things that we think about. Sometimes the big things, they need to wait in order for us to tackle these small things. Yeah. So if you've got some small things today, like trying to put in contacts, like trying to cook, like trying to spend time with your children, or a teenager that seems like they really don't like you. They really do. It's okay. Whatever it is, if it's trying to pay bills, or write a letter, or fix something, or just get along with each other, these are small things that God is totally in and totally interested in. So don't discount them. Let him be in it, and He'll help you. All right, maybe this helps, maybe it doesn't. Whatever. Go eat a sandwich. Whatever.